This is a video on how to adjust the Evenflo baby car seat, the infant car seat. If you have one like this, I found it rather challenging, so let me show you what you need to do. So if you have turned this to the rear, and this is what you find, and you don't have the straps that come from the bottom, you simply depress these two nodules, and then you pull it up. And now you have this part detached. Once you detach this part, you simply slide the seatbelt part through this top part, like so. And you have another part that you're going to slide it through until you've completely disassembled it. So we actually ended up using these pliers to disassemble these pieces in order to get the belt out. Now this is the one that's now free, and this is the one that's still attached so that you can see the difference. And let's go about threading it in the right hole now. Once you have pulled the belt through the little loop, you simply reinsert it into the proper hole and then reassemble it on the back side. I thought I'd show you the reassembly part. So with this part detached, you're going to push the seatbelt part through that little opening, like so. Okay, then what you do, sorry, it's kind of hard to do this and hold the camera at the same time. You're going to take this piece and you're going to slide this piece right in there. Okay, so what you're going to do, once you get this down, now you're going to slide this piece back in through this top hole. I'm attempting to show you the opening, but it's kind of hard since the background is black. So yeah, so the opening is give or take about that big. It's the exact same slot on the other side. It's only one slot, but you're actually wrapping it around the top part. What it looks like once you get it through, like I said, it's the same hole, but I actually had to use these pliers again to pull it through. And your last step, of course, is to thread it through this top hole. And this is what it looks like reassembled. I'm sure there's somebody much smarter who's figured out an easier way to do this. I am attempting to leave no stone unturned in this. So whenever you get ready to reassemble this, stick the seatbelt through this part from the rear, and then immediately stick on this sliding panel part. So you're going to stick the seatbelt through the front part and make a loop so that it looks like this. And then you're going to stick it back through that hole. You see? Oops, you can't see it, sorry. Hard to do this with one hand. So you're going to stick that back through this same hole. And I'll show you again what it looks like when I'm done. Now that's what it's going to look like once it's done. Then you're going to take this part and thread it from the rear into this open face space right here. But before you assemble that again, make sure you put the little spring back in here, and you're going to actually pop this part back in so that it looks like this. So you're going to thread the seatbelt from the back, and then you're going to pop on this knob, this little knob part. You're going to pop it back in and just slide it into the little grooves. Make sure you put the spring back in when you're done. Now that I have the top piece threaded back through, you want to pick this up and slide it into these grooves. But make sure before you do, you put that spring back in. Once that spring is back in, then you're going to pick this up and simply slide it in place until it snaps. Now I have this threaded back in properly, and you can see where the spring is, and all you have to do is simply just pop it back into place. I underestimated it, but it went quickly, and it was a two-handed job. And you know the last step, which is to slide it into these, thread it back into these little grooves. Well, I was going to say I can do it live on the video. There you are. And simply snap it back in place. And so now it's snapped back into place. You can leave it like this tucked in, or you can leave it out. As you can see, I have one out and one tucked in. But that's the way you adjust the height on an Evenflo infant car seat. Have a great day.